of Croatia, and the settlement of Osijek, the fourth largest city in the country, a population of around 100,000, many of them thoroughly enthusiastic gymnastics fans. The finalists in the men's vault competition, and the top performer in qualification is the home favourite, the man from Osijek himself, Aral Benovic, who will go second in the order. He was, however, the top qualifier for yesterday's floor final and finished in 7th place. He'll be hoping for a much stronger innings today. Keep an eye on Pau Jimenez of Spain, the fourth gymnast to go in this final. He was the second strongest in qualification.
Please welcome the finalists on vault.
Here are the vault finalists.
Representing Mongolia, and Dovshin George.
We will begin with Demdendorj Entushan of Mongolia, the 6th best in qualification. The 21-year-old made his World Championship debut last year. He is from Ulaanbaatar, the capital city.
The second finalist representing Croatia, Aral Benovic.
Lots of excitement for the arrival of Aral Benovic from Osijek himself. And in front of his home fans, the top performer in qualification.
The third finalist representing Switzerland, Luca Giubellini.
A promising young man representing Switzerland. This is Luca Giubellini, the 7th best in qualification. He made his World Championship debut last year, was part of the Swiss team that did so well to finish 5th. It's his first ever senior international final as an individual.
Pau Jimenez.
The second strongest in qualification, 20-year-old Pau Jimenez from Spain. His first ever World Cup final. Huge congratulations to him. He was a finalist at the World University Games on vault.
Representing Spain, Unai Baigorri.
To a young Spaniard who excited a lot of people with his performance on pommel horse yesterday, Unai Baigorri of the Basque country, the 5th best performer in qualification. He's having a very good World Cup debut.
The 6th finalist representing Bulgaria, Daniel Trifonov.
The 4th best performer in qualification, a 19-year-old from Sofia in Bulgaria, who was 6th at the Junior World Championships, Daniel Trifonov.
Predstavnik Serbije, the 7th finalist representing Serbia, Dusan Đorđević.
The future Dr. Đorđević, Dusan Đorđević from Serbia, World Cup medalist last year and a PhD student in sports science.
8th finalist representing Bulgaria, Kevin Penev.
The 3rd best performer in qualification, World Championship finalist and Olympic qualifier, Kevin Penev of Bulgaria. He made it to the Olympiad via the vault pathway at the World Championships in Antwerp last year. Those are your 8 runners and riders. A lot of excited young folk watching on.
Po pravilima Svjetskog gimnastičkog saveza, prije početka finalnog natjecanja, prva 4 finalista na preskoku imaju na raspolaganju 2 preskoka za zagrijavanje. According to the FIG rules, the first 4 finalists on vault have 2 one-touch warm-up attempts before they can start competing. So you may start warming up.
The formal instruction to begin the warm-ups has been issued to the first 4 gymnasts in this final. And all that remains is for me to welcome all of you watching wherever in the world you call home to the second day of finals action in Osijek. My name's Ollie Hogben and I'll be talking you through the finals today. In the first group of finalists, we have the 6th, 1st, 7th and 2nd strongest performers in qualification. Benovic, the top qualifier, the man from Osijek. Jimenez, the 2nd best qualifier. We will have in the second half of the final Daniel Trifonov, the 4th best performer in qualification, and Kevin Penev, the 3rd best in qualifying. Now, from a numeracy perspective, looking at the vaulting numbers, Aurel Benovic is the gentleman with the highest degree of difficulty based on what we saw in qualification, a 5.6 and a 5.2. There's also Paul Jimenez, who has a 5.2 and a 5.2, the same for Dusan Djordjevic. And Djordjevic has got the potential to move up the standings if he can get his first vault more secure than it was in the preliminary round. Luca Giubellini performed a 5.6 and a 4.0 in the qualification phase, so he's somebody who's still working on building up that big second vault, and he's still only 21, but he's got a powerful first effort. Otherwise, we've got gymnasts like Unai Baigori with a 5.2 and a 4.8. And then we have Demden Dorj, who'll get us underway, the young man from Mongolia. He has two 4.8 vaults, as does Daniel Trifonov of Bulgaria. Now, all of that, of course, is assuming that we see no changes from qualification, and we may well see some changes. It could well be that there are some attempts made to upgrade, or it might be that some of the qualification numbers were as a result of the gymnasts opting to play it a little safer, or maybe not fully rotating a vault. Certainly this gentleman has got the capacity to win it, he's got the numbers to win it, and the gap between Benovic and Jimenez, the second best qualifier, was 0.6 of a mark, so that is quite a healthy cushion for Aurel Benovic. Demden Dorj Ertuğcan of Mongolia, the first gymnast to compete in this men's vault final. He has just missed out before on a medal, and it would have been Mongolia's first ever in a worldwide artistic gymnastics competition. He was 4th in Hungary last year at the Szombathely World Cup. Let's hope he has a stronger outing than in Antalya last week, where he was the second best in qualification and ended up 8th in the final, had some trouble with his first vault. Good luck to the young man who's been developing a lot lately. He was 4th on floor yesterday. He does take quite a sizable hop as he lands the vault. But it was more secure than his opening effort in Antalya, that is clear. Just a little off axis on his landing.
Se pokazao taj doskok kao jako važan preskok.
13.95 was the qualification score for Demden Dorj. 13.75, so 2/10 down for his full twisting Kasamatsu vault. compared to the preliminary stage. Now vault number 2 coming up. And a double twisting Yurchenko for his second vault. Then the Dorj Ertushan of Mongolia. One imagines that will be reasonably comparable to the qualification campaign. It's good to see him becoming more accustomed to being in finals. Promising youngster. 13.85 is the overall score. That is just a fraction up from qualification. That is because he scores 13.95 for his double twisting Yurchenko, which is a quarter of a mark better than the preliminary round. Aurel Benovic of Croatia, top qualifier, 14.775, over half a mark better than the second best, Pau Jimenez. The favourite to win it. Had a tricky time of things on floor yesterday, where he was the top qualifier and finished 7th. And he really does attack his Dragulescu in a big way. Aurel Benovic, he looks pretty thrilled about that. That was powerful. Working on stabilising the landing, but in terms of what he does in the air, this is getting better and better. Really gets some height, and he's quite upright as he lands the Dragulescu too. No wonder he looks so pleased about that. That we expect to be the joint most difficult vault that we see from anyone in this final. .3. So he is down half a mark from qualification. That was really due to the back step and the single tenth penalty for going out of bounds. Second vault for Aurel Benovic. That's a good display from Benovic, really good. Well done to him. Well, that is going to take some beating. And how lovely to see that performance from Aurel Benovic after he really had a rough old time on floor yesterday. We have a look back at his second vault. Now, what sort of score? 14.85 for a 14.575. Aurel Benovic in a leading position and expected to stay for a little while in a leading position. That's a 5.6 second vault for him. Handspring front layout 2.5 twist. That was actually 4/10 up from the preliminary round, so that's really important for his own credentials that he's now posting 2 5.6 difficulty vaults. Now we go to Luca Giubellini of Switzerland. Big first vault expected. And a low landing on the Dragulescu. That's his 5.6 difficulty vault. He struggled a little in qualification with it, picking up a 0.1 penalty, and he certainly will incur similar. Not quite the amplitude that we saw from Benovic, who performed the same vault. I think he just about avoids the hands going down. .75, so quite a low score for Giubellini compared to qualification, 14.45. Hard to see if there was contact with the upper body on the mat. And keeps things quite simple for his second vault, which is absolutely fine, considering that he's pushing his execution for the first vault, and if you can be hitting a 5.6 difficulty vault with quality, then you can be very useful for your team. And the Swiss team, after all, finished 5th at the last World Championship, so they have been in a pretty decent place of late. He's out of bounds as he lands that full twisting Tsukahara. Certainly seems to come down directly out of bounds. First ever senior international final as an individual for Luca Giubellini, whose father Daniel competed at the Barcelona 1992 Olympic Games. His siblings Matteo and Chiara also are very fine gymnasts. Quite some family. 13.2, that's better than qualification for the second vault. 13.475 is down by about 3/10 overall from the preliminary stage. So Benovic still leads. To Pau Jimenez of Spain, 20-year-old from Girona in Catalonia. He was the runner-up in the, or rather the third place gymnast, I should say, in the all-around competition at the national championships last year, his first senior national medal. And he was also in the vault final at the World University Games. Oh, hello! That's a pretty fine roche. Handspring, double front tucked and landed. Consider that vault delivered. Oh, that's a crackerjack. That was emphatic. 14.7. He gets a 9.5 for execution. He's up by 6/10 from qualification, and suddenly Pau Jimenez is a contender to potentially take the vault title, if not get very close to Benovic. Just depends how sharp he can make this second vault. It could be very tight, this. Very nice, very nice. What a good display from Pau Jimenez. He takes a little step on that Kasamatsu 1.5.
The second group of 4 finalists have 2 one-touch warm-up attempts now. You may start warming up.
This really is nice. And the way he's performing that, it's clear that there's the potential to turn that into a Lopez over time, because he's still only 20, Pau Jimenez. Loses his form just a little coming into the landing position, but it's not egregious. They should score well. 14.575 is the aggregate score, 14.45 for the second vault. I said I thought it would be close. He's level with Benovic, but Benovic, by virtue of his second vault, the 14.85, is in the lead on the tie-break criteria. Single highest scoring vault trumps in the event of a tie. Quite a difficult walk to take your seat, isn't it, when you dress like that? Well done to Jimenez. Just to contextualise that, he's giving away the best part of a full mark of difficulty to Benovic, but he still managed to be level with him because the clarity of his vaulting was exquisite. 9.5, 9.25. If he hadn't had that very small adjustment on landing, that would have been a leading position. Now, it means that it's Benovic, Jimenez and Demdundorj 1, 2 and 3 at the halfway stage. We still have Unai Baigori, Daniel Trifonov, Dusan Djordjevic and Kevin Penev to come. And there is the learned Dusan Djordjevic. He's a fascinating chap. 28, a doctoral candidate at the University of Niš, the third largest city in Serbia, birthplace of Constantine the Great, and two other Roman emperors. Djordjevic has just published a paper on injury frequency in artistic gymnastics. He has also been undertaking some scholarship on the effects of endurance training on performance in women's football. One hopes that there's a place for Dusan Djordjevic in the governance of the sport, nationally or internationally, once his career is done, because he clearly has so much academia to contribute to his great experience as an athlete. What an exciting young man we have here in Unai Baigori from Vitoria-Gasteiz in the Basque country. He's 19, made his World Challenge Cup final debut yesterday by finishing fourth in the pommel horse competition. Here's a young man with very good basic technique. His fundamentals are secure. And he opens with a Schufelt vault. The 2.5 twisting Yurchenko. A very elegant performance of that vault. Has a little tidying up to do perhaps of the feet. Oh, that's nice. .55. That's a jump of about a third of a mark from qualification for his Schufelt. One gets the sense that he could go further with that, because he's making it look rather simple. Does that become a Shirai one day? Yeah, very nice to watch. Very nice to watch. Unai Baigori. I mentioned about that first vault potentially becoming a Shirai, named after Shirai Kenzo. That's his absolute hero, by the way, so you can bet your bottom dollar he has thought about it. It's amazing. It all started for this young man when he went to a birthday party of one of his friends and saw people doing gymnastic tricks there. Said, I want to do that. Now look at him, he's a full international. That was full twisting Kasamatsu, vault number 2. For 13.7 for the second vault, a 14.125 average score. He increases by just over a tenth from qualification, slots into third place. So it is Benovic, Jimenez and now Baigori. To Daniel Trifonov, the young Bulgarian who made the Junior World Championship final in Turkey in Antalya last year. Tough time there, he was the top qualifier, finished 6th, but the pedigree of this young man is absolutely clear. Good start. 2.4.8 difficulty vaults for Daniel Trifonov. Again, the long-term plan there, one imagines, will be just to get an extra half twist into that vault. And he's off to a nice start. He's quite central. He's well executed. If he turns that, probably when he turns that into the 1.5 twisting Kasamatsu, that'll be a 5.2. For now it's a 4.8. .1, exactly the same as qualification. It's well executed. Second vault for Daniel Trifonov. He gets some nice height on his double twisting Yurchenko. He was part of the Bulgarian team that made it onto the junior podium at the European Championships a few years ago. And we have a European Championships coming up in Rimini very soon, in a matter of a couple of weeks now. Again, like his first vault, it's quite central. Keeps his arms reasonably tidy. Absolutely. Good young athlete, this. 14.3, so 14.2. The aggregate score puts Daniel Trifonov into third place. He's just managed to creep ahead of Unai Baigori, who was on 14.125, and it was really down to that improved second vault. Benovic, Jimenez, Trifonov, 1, 2 and 3. What an enjoyable vault final it is. Now, he has the potential to intercede, but the first vault has got to be better than qualification for Dusan Djordjevic. He only picked up a 13.15 for vault number 1 in the preliminary round, a 14.2 for the second vault. He won a bronze medal on vault in Varna in his 19th World Cup event last year, the first Serbian man to get onto the podium for 17 years. Oh, shame. A wry smile as the hands go down for Dusan Djordjevic. He's such a good gymnast at taking things philosophically. I tell you, this gentleman slogged away to get that medal in Varna last year. He was so proud of it, rightly so. And he does all of this, his training as an elite athlete, while studying for his PhD, publishing academic papers in sports science. It's a roche, but with a roll at the end of it. .13, so actually down a fraction from qualifying. Second vault from Djordjevic. That's more controlled. He does a better job with his 1.5 twisting Kasamatsu. He's been the national champion on floor as well. He will take a 0.1 penalty, naturally, for the sidestep out of bounds. Famous surname in Serbia, as I've mentioned before, Djordjevic, because Vladan Djordjevic, no relation, is regarded as the founding father of gymnastics in Serbia. He created the first club in 1882. 13.525 is the average score, 14.05 for the Kasamatsu 1.5 second vault. Now the last performer, Kevin Penev. 23, born in New York and a graduate of the University of Michigan, a prestigious institution, and he has a degree in economics. He qualified for Paris 2024 when he finished 8th in the World Championship final on vault. A little issue with the form and the stability of that opening vault from Kevin Penev of Bulgaria. He scored 14.15 for both of his vaults in qualification. Generally speaking, his execution has been extremely clean in recent competitions. Round off, half on, front layout, double twist off the opening vault. .4. Now what's interesting is that he only had a 5.0 difficulty credited for the first vault in qualification. So the extra 4/10, not matched by the execution, but he is still up by about a third. Big hop there on the second vault. That was a sizable landing adjustment. And this is going to be very interesting because we've got Trifonov in third place with 14.2. Penev, after all, has just produced a 14.4. So it will be an interesting weight That's the Kasamatsu 1.5, which is a 5.2 difficulty vault. So as long as he manages to gain in excess of, or manages to gain a 14, then he's on the podium. He'll win a tiebreak with Trifonov, whose highest scoring vault is 14.3. And there we go. He has made it. 14.3 the total score. The average score, 14.2 for the second vault for Kevin Penev, and he has got himself onto the podium. Yet again, Kevin Penev, a bronze medalist here in Osijek. He won the bronze on floor yesterday, but it's Aurel Benovic who's taken the title in front of his home fans. A very special moment for him. Osijek's own has taken the gold. Aurel Benovic of Croatia with the win in the men's vault title on a tie-break with Pau Jimenez of Spain by virtue of having the single highest scoring vault, and the Bulgarian Kevin Penev takes his second bronze medal of this weekend. Huge congratulations to Pau Jimenez. It's his first ever international medal. And we'll proceed directly to the victory ceremony in the men's vault competition.
Svečanost proglašenja pobjednika u disciplini preskok u konkurenciji gimnastičara. Award ceremony for men's vault.
The victory ceremony in the men's vault competition in Osijek.
The medals will be presented by Mr. Krešimir Šamija, Director General of the Directorate General for Sport at the Ministry of Tourism and Sports. Treće mjesto i brončana medalja, predstavnik Bugarske. In the third place, winning the bronze medal representing Bulgaria, Kevin Penev.
Bulgaria's Kevin Penev wins his second bronze medal in Osijek after finishing third in the floor final yesterday.
Drugo mjesto i srebrna medalja, predstavnik Španjolske. In the second place, winning the silver medal representing Spain, Pau Jimenez.
Pau Jimenez of Spain with a really accomplished performance on vault. Despite not having the sort of difficulty that the gold medalist had, he's still tied with him on average score. Beautiful execution from the 20-year-old.
The gold medal representing Croatia, Aurel Benovic.
But by virtue of the single highest scoring vault, that 14.85 for vault number 2, Aurel Benovic from Osijek has won in Osijek. It doesn't get to be much better than that. A hometown win. His national anthem will be played in his hometown in his honour.
If you're able to, please stand for the national anthem of Croatia.
Lijepa naša domovino, our beautiful homeland, the national anthem of Croatia. The third verse contains the lines Drava Sava, keep on flowing, Danube, do not lose your vigour. Well, they know all about it in this particular place, for this is Osijek, where the Drava River and the Danube converge